Yipee-Ki-Yay, Mr. Falcon.
Directors. Guys and gals who bring a film to life. I don't know. Is that how it works? I have no fucking idea. Hi, Vinny.
There's a lot of people that bring a film to life. The director is the guy steering the ship, you know?
And I guess it depends on the director too, right? Like there's directors that
Sure.
are clearly just hired to do the job of directing. And then there's directors who are filmmakers and they're also the producers. But I think in this day and age of movie stars and huge tentpole films, there's still directors like that get a lot of press, like Zack Snyder and Nolan, you know, and
I think they're fewer and far between. Like you said, like I think there's a lot more directors these days that are just being hired to, you know, do the bidding of the studio.
Yeah.
That's more on the big budget stuff. On the independent stuff and the dramas, I imagine there are, you know, there's more creative control.
And I have to feel, and this might just be the Luddite in me, right? But I kind of feel that the big name directors of the previous era of filmmaking were there. It was much easier to differentiate their bodies of work because they had very distinct. Maybe style isn't the right word, but styles. You know, a lot of the good ones, they did a lot of weird projects and tried to do things out of the box, and you know, they're not like Michael Bay just makes one kind of fucking movie. Right? Like Peter Berg makes one kind of a fucking movie. But, you know, there was that whole I forget, they had a name for themselves. There was this whole cadre of directors. It was George Lucas, it was Spielberg, Coppola, and it was a few other guys of that era that were all came up together, you know, and most of them got really famous to different degrees. You know, and Spielberg, I guess you could argue, is kind of up at the top, tippy top there, right? But
sure,
I don't. I didn't start really watching movies because of who directed them until I got older. You know.
Yeah.
But now I do, and I care about certain ones, and it's been really fun catching up on a director's catalog, especially the ones that made movies from like the early 70s through the aughts. You know, there's a lot there and a lot of different stuff to explore. And, you know, it's all readily available now. So I've been digging back, and it made me think and wonder what kind of directors you're into. Because we have different tastes in a lot of different ways. And it kind of also made me wonder what directors you hate. Because I know I do. There's a couple I hate with a burning fucking passion and will not watch their shit. And it got me curious. So I just wanted to know, and I want to start with the hate. I want to start with the hate. Is there a director who you won't? And I guess this is how deep the hate runs. Like, will you watch their new shit just to shit on it? Or do you hate them so much that you won't watch it? Who's that director for you?
Okay. The one that I chose, and there were a number of directors that I could have picked from, but I think what makes me hate a director is not that I'm going to ignore their movie, and I would never watch a movie just to shit on it, but it's the directors whose movies I can't avoid, but I have to watch them anyway.
Oh, okay.
And so, you know, like Christopher Nolan was the one that I landed on, and I love a lot of movies by Christopher Nolan. I'm not going to say a lot. Let me revise that statement.
Okay.
I love a few movies by Christopher Nolan. I loved Following. I loved The Prestige, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight. It ends there.
Okay. All right.
I don't remember Insomnia well enough. I don't remember hating it, to be honest with you. But beyond them, there really isn't a Christopher Nolan movie that I like at all. But, you know, like, there are event films where it's not just like, oh, you've got to see the new Christopher Nolan movie because it's the new Christopher Nolan movie. It's you have to see it because it could conceivably win Best Picture at the Oscars this year, you know. And last year it did.
Yeah. Oppenheimer, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you didn't like Oppenheimer?
I did not like Oppenheimer. Wow. I mean, I didn't completely hate it, but you know, it falls. Okay, so Oppenheimer is the least like the ones of his films that I hate.
Okay.
So I don't want to focus on that one per se. What I hate about a Christopher Nolan movie is how pretentiously complex the story is, like needlessly complex.
That's perfect. Yeah.
And how the sound mixing is deliberately shit. You know, like I understand. Okay, so I thought he was doing it by accident at first, like where you dial up the music and the explosions, everything to 12, and then the dialogue is at like 3.
Yeah.
And I thought that was an accident.
No, he does that on purpose? That
on
son
purpose.
of a bitch.
He gave an interview where he says, I'm mixing the movie for the theatrical experience.
Oh, right. Yeah,
and
that makes sense. Yeah.
No shit. Everyone mixes the movie for the theatrical experience. But then you get a competent sound editor who makes the thing for the DVD.
Yeah, because we don't have theaters at home, you know?
Right. It's not where there has never been a movie where they just take the theatrical track and dump it on the Blu-ray. Like, that doesn't happen. It gets remixed for the home theater market. Like, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills here. But when I need to put on the subtitles just to understand or just to begin to understand your movie, because I'm not going to say I'm going to understand it, because I'm going to be so bored by 2.5 hours of like assholes on a boat that I'm going to be on my phone for half the time anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't.
You know what? I'm sorry. I did like Memento. I'll put that into the list of stuff.
I can't say I disagree with you at all on this. Yeah. I've watched several of his movies that I've really, man, I like to think of myself as a fairly smart guy, and some of them I just can't make fucking sense of them, bro. I just can't do it. Like Tenet.
Well, like
I can't. You can't
yeah.
fucking tell me you understood that fucking movie. Nobody. That's got a 7.3 or some shit on IMDb. Yeah. None of those motherfuckers understood that movie. I'm sorry. You can't.
Inception might have been like the king father of all stupid, overly complex for no reason.
And it's been made fun of constantly for that too. Yeah. I felt like I could actually follow that one enough.
You can. You can.
Yeah.
It's.
But hey, The Prestige is confusing too. Like, I totally didn't get that the first fucking time I saw it. I had to rewatch that to understand it. I do like that one. My favorite movie of his is actually Insomnia. I don't remember it well enough. I think I didn't remember disliking it. Like, that was sort of in the era where he was still okay. Well, no one really knew who he was at the time, like other than from Memento. And when Dark Knight came out, I had no fucking clue it was the same dude who made Insomnia. None at all. But he made Batman Begins and Dark Knight, which are great. But he also made the Dark
Batman
Knight Rises.
Doesn't get nearly enough credit, and I don't like Dark Knight Rises at all.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He made those two, but he also made that third one, and it was like, I know Heath Ledger died and fucked up all his plans, but man, you couldn't come up with a better plan than that? Like, Jesus Christ, dude. There's so many, whatever, source.
So I think about the Dark Knight Rises a lot because I don't totally know if under better circumstances I would have liked it more. So I saw the Dark Knight Rises at the movie theater at midnight when it came out, and I remember I'm like fighting to stay awake at like 2:30 in the morning watching the film.
It's not the best
and
time.
I remember thinking, like, would I have enjoyed this more if I wasn't fighting to stay awake? And so that was the last midnight showing of any movie I ever saw. Now, had I seen it the next morning or like the next day like everybody else, it might have been even more overshadowed by everything that happened in Aurora that night.
True.
But like it was just, and that was the first one that he did where you would struggle to hear it, mostly because of that Bane mask.
Yeah. I like that part. I love Tom Hardy. I'm a sucker for Tom Hardy, but I don't know. I don't know.
It's just like I try to distance myself from the comic book. because it's not necessarily fair to judge a movie based on its source material.
No.
Like it's so easy to just say like the source material is better in just about every case.
Yeah.
But in this particular case, like Bane has never really been done in a comic book accurate adaptation.
No.
At least that I'm aware of. Like maybe there was an animated movie somewhere that did it, but like Batman and Robin totally shit on the Bane character. And The Dark Knight Rises was not much better. I mean, it was an intelligent version of the character for sure, but it wasn't the comic book Bane, you know.
And
so I don't know.
It's like the real character's never been done. They've done different takes already without ever doing the real one. And Nightfall is one of the few comic book series I'm really familiar with. Because I bought it as it came out. Like I was obsessed with. I was like, he breaks Batman's back. Get the fuck out of here. And then the series after that with Azrael and all that. That was so fucking cool. What was his name? Jean-Paul Valley. Yeah.
Azrael.
That was so cool. All that was so cool. And then him coming back and fucking that was rad, man. And yeah, it always bummed me out. Ever since Batman and Robin with that joke of a Bane character.
Yeah.
At least Tom Hardy's Bane was interesting. He was an intelligent villain.
He was intelligently done. I'll give it that.
He was an intelligent villain, which is what he was supposed to be, but they removed the whole Venom thing, which is kind of a big part of the character. And maybe we'll get one. I don't know, but now I'm not really. I like the Robert Pattinson Batman, but I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know that you're
getting much more of that. I think it's just that one, right?
I don't know. Like, they keep saying the second one is coming, but who knows? That'll come out.
It'll happen. It'll happen for sure.
I dug the Penguin series. I
gotta watch that.
I was not prepared for it to be any good, and it was really good. It was
I was recommended to watch that was this show.
No, really? Okay.
Yeah, all right. I had become kind of disillusioned with DC in general because the other person I was going to mention, if we were doing more than one director we dislike, is Zack Snyder.
Oh, yeah.
And so I understand that The Batman had nothing to do with the Snyderverse, but I don't know. Like, the whole DC thing was just a whole shit show for a long time there. I did enjoy The Batman, but I didn't watch any of the spin-off TV shows. It was Peacemaker, which was a DC spin-off, not a Batman spin-off. Right. And I didn't watch Penguin, but yeah.
But Penguin was something, and
all right.
It's definitely worth it, and it really does feel like that movie, but how you wanted it to feel. Like it's good. It's just good. It's a good story. It's great acting. It's what it should be, but it's so weird that it's like this weird little spin-off of a movie that they forgot to make a sequel to, you know? And of all these fucking movies that are getting sequels and sequels and sequels, the one I want to see, and they're not doing it. I feel cheated by the whole DC thing. Just like it feels cheap. It feels like it's like they don't know what to do with their characters, so they're going to put out like 4 versions of them and see which one catches the most. And just kind of lean into that, you know? Like, I don't know.
I don't think that's what they're doing at all.
I know that's not what they're doing, but like to me, that's what it feels like. Because I don't pay a lot of attention to it. I don't pay as much as you do at all to it. And I didn't watch the Arrowverse stuff. I didn't watch any of that. And it just feels like,
is that what you're counting in when you say like different versions?
Kind of. And it's like that because there's like 3 versions of the Flash from what I understand. And then, you know, I did watch that Flash movie because I wanted to see Michael Keaton as Batman again. And that's why I sat through that whole movie. But it's like, I don't know. It's very shocking to me that they would have 2 versions of Batman going at the same time, even though they haven't managed to accomplish it. They've been trying. Whatever.
So I think the Batman movie, that is sort of like something they allowed to happen that they're allowing to finish, you know, even though they had their universe, they have their new universe they're working on. They don't want to like totally pull the rug out from underneath the fans of that thing. So they're like, this thing can complete itself. But other than that, we're going in a different way for the universe, which is fine because that was never included in their universe to begin with.
That's true. And it doesn't fit with, Right. But I keep hearing Clayface is going to be in the second one. I've seen pictures. So, That's exciting. And from what I understand, they're keeping the origin story from the animated series that we know and love, the old one.
What was so different about the animated series origin? Oh, for Clayface,
Yes.
not Batman.
Yeah,
okay,
for
yeah, all right,
Clayface.
yeah.
I don't know his origin story in the comic books. I truly don't. But I know him very well from that show. I loved that when I was a kid.
Batman the Animated Series is pretty much clutch Batman. That is
So
as
good.
goated as high as it gets Batman.
It's on one of the streamers. I watched a few of the episodes, including the Clayface origin one, and man, they're still awesome. that Art Deco animation style doesn't age, and it just looks great, and it's fun, man. It's fun. What did you think about Interstellar? Going back to you hated Interstellar? Wow.
Okay, so here's another one where the circumstances of watching a movie can affect it for you.
Okay.
So while we were in the theater, it was playing out of focus.
Oh no.
And for like a lot of the movie, I thought that was just some stupid choice that Christopher Nolan was making. And it wasn't. It was the movie theater fucked up, and they gave us like free passes to come back and watch something else if we wanted to. But it was just like it was too little, too late.
That's
I don't know.
brutal.
But
you never rewatched
it? Was stupid.
You never rewatched it?
I don't think I did.
No,
I don't think I did.
One of my biggest.
I didn't like Dunkirk.
I was just gonna say that was one of my biggest disappointments from him. Was Dunkirk, because Tom Hardy was in it. I like Tom Hardy. I couldn't follow it, man. Like I think I don't want to say this, but I'm gonna. I think in the last few years, especially within this decade, Christopher Nolan is starting to go the way of Kubrick. He's starting to make movies for the cinema of the movies, and he's really starting to stop paying attention to story. And like it worked for Oppenheimer to a degree, but there's valid criticisms of that movie. And if you really do it, like the story is fucking nutty as far as what he decided to patchwork together for his narrative. It's a lot of style, it's a lot of style.
And look, I don't dislike when a director has their style.
No,
like I think if Tim Burton wasn't making Tim Burton movies, nobody would. And I would say the same thing about Kevin Smith and Stanley Kubrick, who, is no longer with us, and, Christopher Nolan, for what it's worth, but, there comes a point where I'm just like, but I don't feel like I need any more Christopher Nolan movies,
All right. Well, I'm gonna throw some hate now. I'm gonna throw a little hate. All right. This is a director with a really distinctive style, and this hatred started a long time ago, and it was born of my dislike of fans of this director. And then it just turned into me hating his fucking movies. It's Wes Anderson. I fucking can't stand Wes Anderson movies. I knew a guy in college who was a buddy of mine, and we talked movies a lot, and he was really, really into Wes Anderson. He loved the Royal Tenenbaums. Fucking loved it. I had a few people try to get me to watch that, and I have never made it through that whole movie. Never once made it through that movie. I tried to watch Rushmore, never made it through. And then that same friend forced me into the theater to see The Life Aquatic. And I'm like, Bill Murray. I'll go for Bill Murray. I could probably get through for Bill Murray. It is one of two times I ever walked out of a movie theater. It is the only time I walked out of a movie theater and left the person I came with there.
Wow.
Because I'm like, dude, I can't take it. I'm leaving. He's like, no, I'm not leaving this movie. I'm like, well, you're fucking on your own, bro. And I left and I drove. I don't know how the fuck he got home.
Funny.
I just couldn't.
You didn't take an Uber.
No, not back then, man. It was all 4. Not back then.
Wow.
Dude, it's and I can't even say what it is. It's the absurdity of it, and I know people like absurd things, and I too. There are certain absurd things I like. I like some absurdist shit. My wife says I have no whimsy. Maybe that's it, because they are
fair.
violently whimsical movies.
Yeah.
I don't get them. I just don't get them. I can't.
I would say that on the whole, I haven't really liked a lot of his movies. But I don't hate him either. I liked The Grand Budapest Hotel.
Didn't say that.
I really liked Moonrise Kingdom. I adored Moonrise Kingdom.
What's that one about? Do you remember?
That's the Boy Scout camp thing. You know, they're on like a.
Yeah, I remember the trailer. Yeah. I
mean, Isle of Dogs was like okay. You know, I didn't see the Fantastic Mr. Fox. That seems like it would have been like a cute one. I don't know.
Christ, he's made a lot more. He's done a lot of shorts. I'm looking at his filmography now to focus my hate. The Phoenician Scheme is the new one from this year, right? I
bought it, but I haven't seen it yet.
Like, again, that's another one, because I know every actor wants to work with him, so he gets these amazing casts. And that one's got Benicio del Toro and Tom Hanks in and shit. I'm like, I'll hate it. And it might make me hate one of them a little bit if I go and watch it, man. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I get so many people like them so much. I feel like an asshole. But it's not even the same thing as Nolan, because these aren't movies that need to make sense necessarily. And I understand that they all have sort of a positive message, or I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't associate with any Wes Anderson fans anymore, except Tom. Tom likes Wes Anderson. We've never been in the same room when one's on before, but we might come to blows.
I can't even imagine having to put somebody through Wes Anderson. I mean, even like the ones I like, I wouldn't put somebody through that, you know, as a shared viewing.
I think I'm going to land on it's an acquired taste, and I just can't acquire it. All right. It's like liver and onions, you know. I can't do it. Like very pastel colored liver and onions.
It's sort of like the way that Zoolander described Sting. He's like, you know, I appreciate that he's out there. Or sorry, it wasn't Zoolander.
No,
it was Owen Wilson's character from that.
Hansel.
He's like, I appreciate that he's out there. His music, I don't really listen to it, but
yeah, I appreciate that he's making it. You know.
Yeah. Like, I have missed more Wes Anderson movies than I've seen, but like, you know, I appreciate that they're out there. You know, I dig that.
It's good that he's out there doing his thing, man. It's good
exactly.
That
exactly.
It's just like J.J. Abrams with his lens flares, man. It's good that he's out there. He's doing it, making a difference.
If I had thought about J.J. Abrams, he probably would have contended for, you know, another one of those directors that I don't want to watch his movies, but I can't avoid them either. You know.
Yeah. And again, he's another one. When he was younger, I like a lot of his stuff, and then as he got older, I started to hate a lot of it. I'm definitely okay with the new Star Trek movies, especially the first one.
The first one was fine. The second one was like all right, and then the third one was like,
exactly. I don't, and from what I understand, he wasn't really even involved with the third one that much. Like he was like doing like 8 things at the same time.
Yeah,
you know.
I think they took the Star Wars template and sort of dropped it into there, and
that's the biggest criticism of it
for what it is, you know. And I don't need Star Trek to be Star Wars.
I'm not big enough of a Trekkie to care that much about the fact that they completely just kind of took away what Trek was and trade it in for Star Wars, because I just, you know, we have so much Star Trek.
We do.
That I think it's okay
that is fair.
That we could try a little something different. Now,
but you know what it is? Like, part of the problem is that we don't have a lot of good sci-fi anymore.
No, that's very true. It's at least, you know, hard sci-fi or true sci-fi that isn't mixed with fantasy or some other shit.
Yeah, adventure, really.
Yeah.
Action.
But, you know, we can always go back and watch Picard and even that new show, it was just called Picard. That was very action heavy. It was all fan service.
Maybe in the second season. The first season was just so slow.
A mix.
I couldn't watch the second one.
Yeah, it's the last season that had everyone in it, and it was just basically a huge fan service fest. The whole next gen cast, everyone that's still around, they all came back, and if you grew up watching Next Generation, it was pretty satisfying, except for the fact that they're so fucking old. Jesus Christ. They didn't figure out how to stop aging in the 21st century. That's unfortunate. 24th, wherever they're from. I don't know. All right. Directors.
Sure.
Back to directors. Positivity.
Yes.
Happiness.
Okay. Sure.
Well, do
you want me to go first?
Go
I would
ahead.
say that
hit me with it.
My favorite director
favorite?
of all time is Tim Burton. You know,
of all time. Okay.
Of all time. Yeah.
All right. Why?
Well, I dig the whole like spooky Halloween vibe, you know, that he likes to put out there in every movie. I love the cast, you know, and when I say the cast, it's so weird to say that, like you're saying that about like one movie, but no, it's the cast of all Tim Burton.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I mean, just like any director, he's got his people that he loves to work with, and I love Catherine O'Hara, and I love Michael Keaton, and I love Johnny Depp, and I love Helena Bonham Carter, you know, so. Yeah. I
mean, Tarantino's guilty of it too. Like
Everybody
most
is.
of them are. Yeah. And my director that I'm going to talk about, he's real guilty of it. I think that adds something though, especially when they're the right actors for the director's style, because Helena fits his shit perfectly. You know, like who else?
Yeah.
I mean, who else takes pale makeup like Johnny Depp? For real,
right?
You know, it's true. And like, who else could have been Edward Scissorhands? And did he do Sweeney Todd?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, who else, right?
Exactly.
I really liked that. I never saw that musical before I saw the movie. I really liked that movie.
Oh, me either. Yeah, I've only seen the Tim Burton version.
Yeah. It was a trip, man. All right. So it's his whole catalog except Dark Shadows. Is that what we're talking about?
And I'm not as big on Mars Attacks. Truthfully, like, I can't really say that I love Planet of the Apes either. We're just gonna like go through and find out that I actually dislike like all of his movies.
The Planet of the Apes. Wow, dude.
Yeah.
That is a pretty bad fucking movie.
Yeah.
Ambitious though, for him. Like really out of his comfort zone. And definitely sci-fi. Just confusing choices in that movie. Mark Wahlberg, very, very confusing. How do you think that movie would have turned out if it was Mr. Depp in that role? Because he, back then especially, he was no stranger to action-y movies. You know, he could have, he was ripe for it. Do you think he would have been good?
So that would have been before Pirates of the Caribbean, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that wouldn't have... Okay, so I would say Pirates of the Caribbean is Johnny Depp's, like, prime box office drawing capability. So I'm not going to say that, like, Planet of the Apes would have necessarily performed better, but, like, artistically, I don't think so. I don't know.
Yeah, he was still in his, like, striving for Oscars phase back then. Too.
Sure. Chocolat.
He also did The Astronaut's Wife, so let's not give him too much credit here. But no, I was a huge Johnny Depp fan, fucking Fear and Loathing and all that stuff. But I like, I'm trying to think of any other Tim Burton movies I truly dislike, and I'm coming up short. I didn't see Beetlejuice 2 because it was
okay.
I heard bad things, and I didn't want to sully
it didn't need to be made. I'll give it that. But on the other hand, like, I enjoyed coming back to that. You know, what I really enjoyed about Beetlejuice is that, like I said with the other directors, or him actually, I said, if there wasn't somebody making Tim Burton movies, nobody else would. Yeah. And for a while there, I felt like nobody was making Tim Burton movies, including Tim Burton. Mm-hmm. And Beetlejuice was a return to form. Okay. It was that and Wednesday. Really less so Wednesday, but more Beetlejuice was going back to that very clear Tim Burton style that I've always appreciated because they were kids' movies that we shouldn't have watched. You know, like
I guess so.
like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident that like Tim Burton's whole thing in life is that he probably hides under kids' beds just to scare the shit out of them, you know? And
I don't know,
we
man.
as parents or our parents as parents were never like, well, nobody should do that.
Like, I think that's kind of the magical thing about his movies, though, is there's always that darkness, but there's truly a good heart behind all of it. Almost
For sure.
all the time.
It's how he gets away with it.
Yeah. It's a really weird balance he's usually able to strike. When it works, it really, really works. One of my favorite movies of his is Sleepy Hollow. I have to say, I love
Sleepy
that
Hollow
movie.
is good.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite Halloween time movies to watch. But it's just a good adaptation of that story, and it's not absolutely choked with Tim Burton-y shit. But there's there's plenty.
Yeah.
You know, there's his cool like medical tools that are all fucking steampunky, and the fucking dress Christina Ricci wears, the Beetlejuice stripes and his trademarks. But it's just it's perfect. It's kind of no one else has made a goddamn Ichabod Crane or Headless Horseman movie worth a shit since then, and I got to give him props for getting Walken to take a role where he just screams and growls a little bit. Not one line, not one word.
Sure. What is that what you would say your favorite Tim Burton movie is? Would it be Batman? Like,
Man, that's tough. Between Beetlejuice, Sleepy Hollow, and Batman is tough. Because I grew up with those first two and watched them to death. To death.
Yeah.
I think objectively, Sleepy Hollow is the best movie out of them, but I gotta go with Batman. I love Batman 89. Love it.
I did watch that movie so much. I mean, one of the things that really disappoints me is how much I watched the VHS of Batman to the point where I feel like the opening commercials are part of the film to me.
Yep.
And it's disappointing when I watch it now and those aren't there, you know?
I have a very few movies like that exactly. And I remember the eraser coming in and getting rid of Daffy except for his beak.
The Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck thing with the Warner Brothers ball cap and all that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the soda can with the cape.
I think it was a Diet Coke commercial where they were, going through the drive-thru.
Yeah, with the cape, man, on the can.
I wore the hell out of that tape.
Yeah, dude. And there was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the VHS of that. I remember the goddamn trailers in front of that.
There was that song with the baseball. Do you remember that?
'Cause I play right field. You gotta know how to catch. You gotta know how to throw. That's why I play in right field, way out where the dandelions grow. Do you know that's a Neil Simon song?
Is it? I thought they made that up for that commercial.
I got it stuck in my head one day, and I knew where it was from. I'm like, it's that fucking commercial from the Turtles movie. Yeah. And I looked up the lyrics, and it's a fucking Neil Simon song, man.
Wow.
I'm so glad you remember that. And there's
I'm never gonna forget.
There's also a trailer. I think it's before Turtles 2, the VHS. It was a movie. It was for a movie called Step Kids.
Yes.
You remember this? And it had a song.
I do.
I don't got it.
It's like I do what I do. What do I want? What do I want when I want?
Wait.
Do what I want any old time. That song, right?
Yes, you're right. 'Cause I'm free to do what I want any old time. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I tried to look that movie up, right? Because I remember the trailer beat for beat, the song clearly.
Yeah.
And I know I'd never seen it. And they changed the name of the movie.
Oh, really?
Between when that trailer was on that tape and the movie came out, they changed the name. You want to know what the new title was? Big girls don't cry. Ellipses, they get even. Instead of Step Kids.
I'm typing this out right now.
Instead of Step Kids.
Don't cry, they get even.
Yeah, 1991.
I'm doing that just so I can try to find this movie and watch it later. But, yeah, I mean it's basically step by step from what I saw in that trailer.
Yeah, it's like Brady Bunch and Step by Step jammed together in movie form, and it's got a few decent names like Griffin Dunn is in it. Dan Futterman, you'll know his face. But yeah, wow, that's cool. Thank you for that. I thought I was insane. That's wonderful. Oh, and the other one is Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. You get that Roger Rabbit
the other
cartoon.
tape. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you get that Roger Rabbit cartoon in front of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, man, Roger Rabbit. I heard that Disney lost the rights to that.
Not like they did anything with it anyway. You know?
No. Is that on 4K?
Yes. There's a really cool looking steelbook that I did get.
Oh, I might have to get that. Oh.
Yeah, it's a great addition. Definitely worth it. There's a shitty ride at Disney World of Roger Rabbit, and that's all I can think of. I read the books; they were terrible.
Oh, right, you told me about that. Yeah. I read about the books.
Well, I should say I liked the first book. It's the sequels that I didn't like.
The first one's really dark, right?
Yeah.
Just like the book that Forrest Gump is based on. Really dark, apparently, and creepy. Did you read that?
It's not as fun, happy-go-lucky as the movie is. I don't know.
All right. But have you read the novelization of Highlander, Vinny? Have you?
I have not.
Here. You want to hear the most ridiculous book I ever read? The novelization of Predator. I have it on my shelf upstairs. I read a whole paperback.
That sounds good.
It actually was really good, except Dutch is completely naked through the entire fight with the Predator at the end, except for mud. Just covered in mud and dong just flying around the jungle. Yeah.
I think that would actually strategically be better. Like if the mud is what's keeping you from being seen, then you would want to put it on everything.
One would.
Yeah.
You want to know something I do remember? He finds the alien spaceship at the end of the book.
Okay.
Kind of like what Danny Glover does at the end of
right?
Predator 2. It's kind of the same thing. And I remember that there's a tripwire trap that looks like a spider web that he walks into that the Predator set up. I don't know how that works, but hazy memories. It's been a few years.
I could believe it. Like you set up the tripwire as you would, and then there's just some portion of it that resembles a spider web in the middle. That's maybe like a pressure sensor.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm into it. Yeah. I also,
speaking of novelizations, I think it's my job on this earth to get people to read Back to the Future's novelization. It is fucking crazy.
Oh, yeah, so it's a novelization written after the movie, right? Is that how it worked, or
after the movie? I mean, it doesn't take place after the movie.
No, I mean, the book was made. The book was written after the film was.
Okay, yes. So there was no novel that Back to the Future was based on. This was purely a novelization.
Okay.
It was based on a much earlier script where Marty is apparently like a sociopath, and the guy who wrote the book had no foot in reality at all. Whoa. Like just no concept of what human beings are or how they think. Like there's a point. Maybe the best part is where Jennifer is talking about how, you know, somebody is not into cool things like sound reproduction and the pill. And you're just like, wait, time out. What?
Cool things like the pill? What the fuck?
The pill and
who's
sound
into
reproduction,
the pill?
Dave.
Well, yeah.
Sound reproduction. It's actually so bad that like every single paragraph is just hilarious in how bad it is, to a point where the guy who wrote the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl comics for Marvel, wrote a reading guide where you read a paragraph of the novelization, you go back and you read a paragraph where he shits on it, and it's just hilarious. Like as hilarious
like
as
a
you
riff
think
tracks
the book
for a
is by
book?
itself. Yes, it's
That's
absolutely
amazing.
a riff track for a book. Yeah,
holy
and it goes
shit! It must be that
every single paragraph.
It's that fucking bizarre, huh?
It's that bizarre, and like it's so funny because the book is so bonkers bad. It's like The Room if The Room were a book. You know, like Marty is a sociopath. He's a racist. He's a homophobe. Like, it's insane.
What is Doc like? What does Doc do? Does he diddle
even
Marty?
Crazier. Like, they're just crazy people. Like Marty is trying to get out of detention so he can get to the not detention. He's trying to get out of detention so he can go to the audition for the dance. And so he concocts this whole scheme to burn down the school with everyone in it. You know, and you're just like, dude, just walk out of the class. If you're that 80s rebel cool, just walk out.
There's not going to be a dance if you burn the school down, bruh.
Yes, he didn't think that far.
Oh boy.
There's whole diatribe about how making the plot that they have to, you know, sexually assault the mother at the end is going to make him gay, and how like he'll wake up in 1985 and he'll suddenly be gay, and it's just like, what are you doing? How did we get from this to the movie that I love? You know,
it's amazing. Was this?
It should be studied. It should be studied.
Did any of
it should be?
So it was based on an earlier script, and I know there was a darker script, and part of that was what the Eric Stoltz version was starting to be, right? Like, isn't that why they cast him?
Yeah, and I'm very confident that it was meant to be the Eric Stoltz version of the movie.
Right.
So,
but this just goes way. Wow. Do you have this as a file you could send to my Kindle address? Because I'm kind of interested now, dude.
100%, I have it. Yeah. You know, and this is how crazy it is. It is so essential to my reading library that I digitized it myself.
Oh, like, my. Do you scan it?
Yeah. No, I got a really low grade scan. I ran it through one of those like things that
like text recognition.
Text.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then I went through the whole book, formatted it into Kindle format, proofed it to make sure that, number one, all of the mistakes from the scanner were being corrected, but not the mistakes that were in the book in the first place, because that's part of what makes it funny. You know? So, yes.
Well, Jesus, man. If you put all this diligent work into it, I kind of have to read it now. Holy shit.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
This is amazing. All right, you have sold me. That is much better.
So anyway, back to Tim Burton.
Back to
my favorite. My favorite Tim Burton movie is Big Fish.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Oh my.
Big Fish is one of those movies that will make me cry every time.
Okay. Now that's one I've seen the least of his. I've seen it, of course, but this is wow, and it's been a long time.
Yeah, I mean, Ed Wood is very good. Big Eyes is very good.
Fuck, I forgot about Ed Wood. That's not fair. That is such
Nightmare
a
Before
good
Christmas
movie.
is very good. You know, he didn't direct it, but it's his movie.
I'm not as big into that as a lot of people are, but I get it, and I do. Man, Ed Wood, fuck, that is such a sad. That might be Johnny Depp's, maybe his best movie. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if he and Tim Burton didn't get their Oscars from that, they never will.
Yeah, he was incredible in that. What that
was the most competitive year in like all of Oscars. Like it was Pulp Fiction. It
94,
was,
right? Yeah.
Forrest Gump. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
heavy year. Fucking
heavy year.
What a great piece of movie history too to focus a film on. That, like you just said it, nobody else would have made a fucking movie about Ed Wood except Tim Burton, and by accident about Bela Lugosi, you know, which is really great that he finally got a tribute. Like,
it's showing that they were not. When I say they, I really do mean Ed Wood himself was not a good filmmaker. But it doesn't crap on him. Like I watched Plan 9 from Outer Space because of Ed Wood.
Same,
you know,
same. Yep.
And I appreciated it more because of it. You know.
Yeah, and he really tried, man. He just wasn't good at it. He fucking tried.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll get to my favorite director. I don't know how much we're going to talk about it because I have a feeling you haven't seen a lot of his stuff, but maybe you have. You surprise me all the time.
We'll see.
It's Brian De Palma. I mean, it'd be really easy for me to say like Scorsese or something like that, you know, because I do love a lot. I didn't go by the percentage of movies in their filmography that I love. You know, it's more about Brian De Palma has two things that I really like. He has this ability to make horror movies that aren't horror movies. And in that, I mean, he puts things in his films that scare the shit out of me on like a psychological level, but they're not horror movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's not easy for directors to do for me. And also something he's done throughout his entire career, he's just made such a breadth of types of movies. Like you would never watch something like Phantom of the Paradise, watch Dressed to Kill, watch Carrie, and think that that same dude made Scarface and Mission Impossible. You know, like that's not only that, then go watch Casualties of War with Michael J. Fox and Sean Penn. And you're like, that's De Palma too. Oh, okay. Like, but it's not to say he doesn't have a style. He definitely does have a style, but he actually is able to put it in the back seat when a film requires him to. Like if he had done a bunch of De Palma-y shit when he made Mission Impossible or Carlito's Way or Scarface, they wouldn't have been as good. But he just made really good fucking movies. And when he wanted to do his thing, when he wanted to do his artsy thing, he did it, you know? But like you've seen a bunch of his movies, I'm sure, like The Untouchables.
Yeah. I'm not going to say I've seen a lot, but I opened up like his filmography here. You know, I've obviously seen Scarface, Carrie, The Untouchables. I've seen Mission Impossible, Carlito's Way. Mm-hmm. That might be it. Casualties of War, I think I saw back in the day because it was Michael J. Fox, but I don't remember it much. You know, but
that's a tough one to watch for sure. Yeah. But you should check out some of his deeper cuts, like Raising Cain. All right. John Lithgow is absolutely terrifying in that movie. Absolutely fucking terrifying. And Body Double from 1984 was one of his bigger, like he had that stretch where he made Dress to Kill, Blowout, Scarface, and Body Double, and all of them were hits. They were all so of the time, you know, and so stylistic. But he was able to abandon that eventually and make different types of movies. Like he didn't get pigeonholed into it. And when that era faded away into the later 80s, he just started doing different shit. And Blowout is really interesting. You mentioned sound recording. Is that what you said?
Sound recording in the pill.
Yeah, okay. Blowout.
Not rock and roll music and sex.
No, not at all.
Sound recording in the pill.
Goddamn
sound
right.
Reproduction. Sorry, sound reproduction in the pill.
That's what you get from the popular kids in Hill Valley, I guess. That's cool. Blowout is about a sound recordist and a Foley artist. No, he's not a Foley artist. He's just a sound recordist for movies, right? And it's 1981, so it's all tape. Everything's tape. And it's a murder mystery and a political thriller wrapped into it, but set in this like meta world of a background part of movie making you don't really know much about. And that's kind of what he was into at the time too, because when he made Body Double later in 84, it's about body doubles in a movie, but there's also a murder plot involving a body double. You know what I mean? So they're kind of meta almost in the filmmaking world without being on the nose. And the interesting thing about Blowout is Travolta went a little insane when he made it. Like his career was faltering after his big meteoric rise after Saturday Night Fever. It was starting to falter, and I think he did that thing where actors are like, I gotta really win an Oscar. Like, I got to try to win a fucking Oscar. And he like wouldn't sleep for 3 days so that he would look extra haggard because his character, like he went methody, right? And the movie wasn't that big of a hit. And it kind of fucked his career. Like it was kind of like that last movie he made before his career really went in the shitter. And it's not because the movie's bad. And his performance is actually really, really fucking good. I don't know why it didn't do well. I truly don't. And John Lithgow's in that too as a psycho murderer with red hair. And he's fucking scary. He's really, really scary. And just
he did it in Dexter, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, that's a lot of people forgot because he did Third Rock from the Sun, for all those
Yeah.
years, and they forgot that when he was younger, he was the bad guy in a lot of. I knew him from Cliffhanger. I knew him as the psycho murderer bad guy from Cliffhanger. That's what I knew him from, and it was kind of hard to watch Third Rock from the Sun after that. You know,
I can't, to this day, I've never watched that 70s show because I just can't accept that guy as
Red?
not the ass. Yeah, Red as not the
RoboCop.
asshole from RoboCop.
Yeah, it was hard for me too.
I just can't do it. I cannot trust this guy as being anything more than a psychopath. Like,
That movie
can't do it.
damaged the shit out of me as a kid, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord. But the other thing, you look at his later career, Carlito's Way is a very street level gangster movie. Not like a mob movie, but gangster movie. It's another ill-advised Al Pacino accent movie, just like Scarface. But what are you going to do? But then you got Mission Impossible, the first one, which was a pure spy action movie, something you'd never seen from him before. Snake Eyes, which is not a great film, but a completely different kind of movie about a conspiracy and a night in Vegas where everything gets weird. Then Mission to Mars. You ever seen that?
No.
That's pretty underrated. It's about the first manned mission to Mars. But you've read Fahrenheit 451?
451, yeah.
Yeah. I almost said Fahrenheit 9/11. I'm like, wait, that's the documentary.
I've seen that too.
Yeah. Fahrenheit 451. Do you remember the robot dog that was in that?
Robot dog.
There was a robot dog that would hunt people down for the police. And we have those now today in the present day. But in 2000, 25 years ago, there was a robot dog in Mission to Mars, essentially. And it was really fucking creepy. And that's another thing, like I'm trying to say, like you would think about like, oh, it's a CG robot dog that they took to Mars with them. I mean, yeah, all right. But the thing is, it fucking gets its programming scrambled, and it's like on its own, and it's reverted to its like U.S. Marine programming, and it's fucking creepy because it stalks like a cat when it wants to, and then it pounces like a fucking wolf, and it scared me. Like I didn't like it, and as soon as I saw those real robot dogs starting to come around, made me nervous, man. Made me nervous. And then after that, he goes and makes The Black Dahlia, a very stylistic period piece based on a book in the LA Confidential series. You know, I just dig that, man. I just dig that you've gotten to see a director's style and a director's capability applied to so many different genres and types of movies, and I dig that. And I just like his style, man. I like the cut of his jib, and he's got 2 movies coming up. So,
oh yeah,
Sweet Vengeance and Catch and Kill. I don't know what anything. One of them is in pre-production. Sweet Vengeance is in pre-production. What does it mean when a movie is in turnaround? When its status is turnaround, what does that mean?
I don't know. That sounds like we're turning it around to come out. You know, like,
Thanks.
I don't know.
Thanks, Dick.
But that would be post-production. Well, no. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, but it sounds like a synonym for post-production. But I don't know.
Yeah, weird. No, this one says
what does it mean? It means when a movie is in turnaround.
Oh, right. The internet. I forgot.
Means the studio has dropped the project and the rights are being sold or transferred to another studio or production company.
Bad.
So that is the complete opposite.
That's not
of what
post-production. That is really bad. Shit.
Yeah.
That's not good at all. All right. Well, I guess it's going to be...
This often happens when a project is no longer financially viable for them, but the rights holder wants to give it a second chance.
Gosh. All right. Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Well, that's my vote. The other one was Michael Mann. He was the one I was struggling with, but I truly looked at his body of work and I'm like, yeah, I just like a handful of Michael Mann movies, like a few. When he misses pretty hard. Hancock comes to mind.
Hancock. He made Hancock.
Yeah, well, he produced it. I guess that doesn't count, right?
Call me an asshole one more time.
The part where he shaves with his fingernails, I kind of dug that as a superhero thing. That was kind of neat. And you know what? To give Hancock a little credit, it was made when alternative, more realistic superhero movies weren't really a thing yet. You know, like it was before Kick-Ass and all that. I guess
not far behind. Before Kick-Ass,
not far,
yeah.
not far. So I give it a tiny little bit of credit for that.
Sure.
Oh, what's that movie, Vin? Shit. Michael B. Jordan was in it when he was young. Chronicle, I believe it was called, about the kids who get telekinetic powers.
Yeah.
And
That's all right.
I like that. And I thought of it because back to
Man didn't do that though, right?
No. This was because my brain went back to De Palma, and I wanted to mention this because you brought up Carrie, right? So that was his big breakout hit. I recently saw the movie he made right after that called The Fury. Basically, I think he got obsessed with the idea of telekinesis, and then he just made a whole nother movie about telekinesis that was a much more like Firestarter and Scanners. Like this is almost like the proto Scanners. And it was way better than I thought it would be, dude. It's more of a it's a little less sci-fi and more of it starts off more of a little actiony kind of thriller, and then it goes full sci-fi by the end. And there's like dudes blowing each other up. Like the movie, like the end is a guy completely exploding through telekinetic pressure. Like it's fucking pretty rad. If you ever it's on the streaming services every so long. 78, The Fury. I think Kirk Douglas is one of the leads. Believe it or not, it's really, really good.
This is what's going to happen. 20 minutes after we end this call, I'm going to be like, it was something like The Rage, and it was like Carrie.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to wind up watching The Rage Carrie 2 again.
That's fine. You'll be doing that, and I'll be over here reading the novelization of racist Marty McFly.
I will send it to you as soon as we're off the call.
It's fantastic. And I'm going to let you borrow my novelization of Rambo 3, because that's the kind of guy I am.
All right.
Do you want to know something funny about that? The first Rambo movie, First Blood, was actually based on a book.
Yes,
same title. You read David Morrell is the author. He wrote the novelization for Rambo 3. Can you imagine what that must be like for a writer to go from writing a book that a huge movie series was based on to you're writing a novel based on a script that was based on a character that you created in a novel. I hope the check was good. I hope the check. I met him. I met him at a work event. He was on a panel with. It was him. It was James Patterson. It was the guy who wrote for Tom Clancy after he died, and somebody else. It was a pretty cool panel for that genre, and I actually got to ask him 2 questions. So I talked to the guy who created Rambo. He was a really nice guy, to be honest. He was really cool and gracious and answered a lot of dumb writing questions from people in the audience. Not me. I asked good questions. I asked great questions, man.
Of course.
Yeah.
I was going to say, the only thing weirder than writing like a novelization of a sequel, of something you wrote was, do you remember when Push came out?
Based on a novel by Sapphire?
Precious, yes.
Yeah,
So, Push based on the novel, Precious based on the novel Push by Sapphire.
Yes, because they said it 80 times at Oscars.
Yeah, they renamed the book Push based on the novel, or Precious based on the novel Push by Sapphire.
They did not.
Yeah, because when they released it, you have to have the movie tie-in.
Yeah, and the post, the art.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I never thought of that.
It's not even like they renamed the book Precious. They renamed the book Precious based on the novel Push by Sapphire.
Because that was the subtitle. Holy shit, that's funny. And that's exactly why I remember it. Because that year at the Oscars, they must have said it 50 fucking times. I'm like, wow. This is really stupid.
That was a title they came up with specifically for SNL. They were like, we gotta give them something, right? We'll get more publicity if we have a stupid name they can make fun of.
I've still never seen it. Oh,
it's a legitimately very good film.
Is it?
Like I will give it. Yes, it's very good film. But
I haven't avoided it. It's just never come up.
Such a stupid title.
I've seen that actress in other stuff too. She's really funny in some things.
Sure,
she's really good.
I mean, it'll break your heart for sure. But like, I'm not saying Precious would have been a bad name, and I'm not saying Push would have been a bad name. But when you can't decide between the
two, they're both one-word titles. Why couldn't really? Like,
yeah.
All right, I think that does it. Very good.
Cool.
Very good. I think those are decent choices. Those are all respectable choices for love and hate.
Yeah. And if nothing else, the takeaway from this is that I'm going to watch Big Girls Don't Cry, They Get Even this weekend.
There you go. There you go. Let me know how it is.
It's available to buy for $9.99. I'm so in.
Sweet. You got to watch that and then raid into Turtles 2 and then make yourself a pizza. Because at that first scene, you're always going to want pizza. Prepare.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Ben. I appreciate it.
You got it.